Brian Daboll and the Giants offense just put the NFL on notice this upcoming season. What is going on, guys? What is going on, 27 Squad? Welcome back into another video. If you guys are enjoying the content, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe if you guys are new to the channel, and let's get started. As you guys know, Daniel Jones and the rest of the starting offense, minus a Saquon Barkley, went out there in week 2 of the preseason against the Carolina Panthers and put on a show in their first drive. We're talking 4 targets to newly acquired tight end Darren Waller, who's been lighting up training camp and has been an absolute problem for everybody that faces against them. Even in joint practices versus the Detroit Lions, they just could not find a way to stop Darren Waller. And it showed in this game as he finished with 3 catches for 30 yards and even had a drop that could have been 4 catches for like 45 yards, but he got hit as he went to the ground and it didn't count as a catch. But Brian Daboll, what he did with this offense in the preseason is insane. Usually the goal in the preseason is just to evaluate talent and to not show a lot of your hand when it comes to offensive plays and defensive plays. But if these are the most basic plays that Brian Daboll and Mike Kafka have installed in their offense, this is going to be a very, very fun season. Today, I'm going to be breaking down every single play, the good and the bad, of Daniel Jones and the starting offense in that first series where they scored a touchdown. Let's go. All right, so we're going to go over every single play in this first drive. I believe there's about 10 or so in total. So let's go over the first one. We're going to see that the Giants are going to do some pre-snap motion, something that you don't see often in the preseason. And they're going to go ahead and run this slant to Darren Waller. This was a great route by Waller. You see here, he goes in motion here in the slot. He's going to go out and run what's called a diamond release. Diamond releases are meant so you're pretty much going to run your route in a diamond sort of way when you run your slant. So you're not going to run straight up and then slant. You're actually going to try to get outside to get the hips flipped of your opponent. And this is going to be Shaq Thompson here. He successfully flips his hips to the outside, sells that outside, and gets inside and opens up just enough space for that soft spot for Daniel Jones to deliver the ball without traffic. So run that again. This is a great route by Darren Waller. Again, he is going to work wonders for this offense. He's probably the dream player for Brian Daboll's offense. Diamond release, opens up space, gets that slant in there. The next play we're going to look at is the following play where the Giants run a screen and they instead look backside. Well, Daniel Jones instead looks backside. It's a well-designed play, something like, again, you're not going to see run in the preseason, which is weird, but you're going to run this screen from, right, I guess it's kind of like an orbit screen where you're going to run from one side to the other, and it's going to be on pre-snap. It's going to be pre-snap motion. Try to get it. I think that was for sure supposed to be the play. It looked like it could have actually worked, but Daniel Jones sees the matchup between the tight end and J.C. Horn there, the young corner. I mean, look at this. This is not OPI. J.C. Horn wants the OPI. You can see when he falls to the ground, he wants the OPI there. This was definitely not a push off. He's just get strong, man. You gotta get back in. You gotta get back in the weight room. Just off his release. Now, if Darren Waller was a wide receiver, maybe this wasn't the best of releases, but he's a tight end, strong, big-bodied, and out-muscles J.C. Horn for the slant and the first down. This is the next play. This is the following play. So 2 straight plays to Darren Waller, and he's just looking great. All right, here's the next play. This is becoming one of my favorite plays just because I see it from the Giants so often, and every time Daniel Jones runs it, he's pretty much successful with it. He's good at timing this route and judging which route he needs to throw. But from Talking Giants, shout out to Bobby Skinner. He said it on his one of his videos that this was actually called a Yankee play. I was trying to find out what the play was called because we run it so often. It's called a Yankee, where you're basically going to have a clear route and then an over right underneath. And this play is really meant to work against any type of defense, whether it's zone or man, but especially that if it's zone and you got these linebackers crowding up the middle here, you run this play action. They ran this play action very well. They ran a weak side play action. You could see all the bodies here. Strong side. They're gonna run a weak side outside play action. So he's gonna force all these guys outside here. On the weak side, is going to bring in, this was very smart because it's going to bring in Shaq Thompson, is going to bring in Frankie Louvu, and from what I've seen last year, these guys are one of the best gap-filling linebackers in the league together. I was really impressed with them, and they actually did a good job here, but they bit on the play action, and it opens up this entire gap over here. You can see Jalen Hyatt clearing out for the underneath over route, and it's executed perfectly. And let me show you this in real time so you guys can actually see what's going on, okay? Weak side play action. It's going to force these linebackers inside. They don't react fast enough. Darren Waller's wide open. Now, this winds up being a drop, but this is a very well-designed play. The Giants have ran this a million times last year, but they didn't have the likes of Jalen Hyatt. They had guys like Marcus Johnson running this route, and he is not a threat whatsoever. So sometimes the safety wouldn't even follow Marcus Johnson. They would just leave the corner one-on-one downfield because he was just not a threat. But look at the attraction that Jalen Hyatt gets here, okay? So they're gonna, I gotta see what cover they're in here. Okay, this looks like maybe it's quarters, but you can see the attraction that Jalen Hyatt gets. You got this corner following downfield here. You got this safety biting, but he's gonna wind up coming down because he's gonna read that Darren Waller's open. But if these guys linebackers are here, look how much bodies are attracted to Jalen Hyatt, including this corner over here dropping back. And it opens up Darren Waller. This is why it's important to have a guy like Jalen Hyatt, even if he's not getting the ball all the time, which I don't envision him doing in his rookie year all the time. But this is exactly what he's useful for. Very fast, slashes through defenses. He knows exactly how to get through a defense without, little to no hesitation. And it was a drop, but it was a great play. And this is what I mean about Shaq Thompson and Frankie Louvu, okay? These guys are very good together. Look how well they get right into their gap discipline. But they fall for the play action, and it was wide open for Darren Waller. He's got to hold on to that. This is just a beautiful RPO. Not much to really talk about here. Just fitting into space. You can see double slants from Isaiah Hodgins and Paris Campbell, and you got Darius Slayton eating up the flat here. It's going to attract this safety to come down. It looks like what they're playing here is a cover 3. And it gets the safety out the way, and they get right in between where it's forcing Shaq Thompson to guard up this entire middle here. And gets right in space. Good job there. Okay, this is what we should not do, okay? This drive wasn't perfect, but it was very good, and it showed a lot of what Brian Daboll is capable of in this Giants offense. So you got a bunch set here. Jalen Hyatt's going to come in motion. It's a dummy motion. This is going to be the real motion. And it's going to be a jet sweep here for Hyatt, but everybody was ready for this one. Just like the wide receiver screen last week, everybody was ready for this one. You can see the linebackers here. They knew exactly where this is going, and it's going nowhere. Jalen Hyatt is just not this isn't what he did in college, okay? He ran a lot of curls, comebacks, and go routes. This is what he does. He was never a short space runner. He's just not that guy. He's not that guy. He's not a sideline to sideline runner. He's not a horizontal runner at all. You can see that when he runs his routes. He's definitely great with his speed downfield. This is just fantastic pocket movement by Daniel Jones. He has developed this. If there's one thing that Daniel Jones developed over the years, and something he's gotten extremely good at over the years, something you can see the most growth in, is his pocket presence and the way he moves in the pocket. Check this out, okay? This is going to be cover 6. All right, you're going to get these. You're going to get a quarter from this corner here, half. So cover 6. Okay, nobody looks open. He's on the run now because, unfortunately, JMS, rookie starting center, who's been off to a great start, he allows this pressure. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is Mark Lewinsky. Mark Lewinsky doesn't pick up the stunt. Well, he doesn't pick up the stunt fast enough. It allows Yetur Gross-Matos to get through. And Daniel Jones is forced to evade the pocket. There was a play where JMS screwed up. I think that was a couple plays ago. But not this play. Mark Lewinsky failed to pick up this blitz, this stunt, which is very odd. He should have picked that up. But Yetur Gross-Matos is out there twirling like a ballerina as Daniel Jones gets right around him. And this pocket movement is something that I want to see in the regular season, man. This just buys us time. In another situation, you're going to get these wide receivers finding a way to get open. Look at the way he steps up, plants his leg, and starts gaining yardage. I don't know if he gained the first. He didn't gain a first down here, but he gained 6 yards on this play. Very, very nice by Daniel Jones. One of his better plays in the preseason. All right, we're going to get another pre-snap motion in the preseason. Something we got to get used to. Something I would love to get used to. We weren't very accustomed to that from a Jason Garrett offense, as it was very simple. But you get pre-snap motion here. Darius Slayton from the backfield to the slot. It's going to attract one Jeremy Chin here. And what they're basically going to be doing is running double clear outs. And it's going to open up Darren Waller on this out. And Darren Waller gets open very, very nicely. One thing I want to note here before we talk more about Darren Waller, Jalen Hyatt, if there's one thing he needs to work on the most as he adjusts to the NFL, is his releases. He's just a little too light on his feet, where he's just able to be pushed around. He's got to get stronger on that line. Dante Jackson is not a big corner. He's one of the smaller corners, actually. And the fact that he was able to manhandle him outside is just not good. I don't think he's allowed to touch the ball once he gets out of bounds. So, I mean, he's already taken out the play. Not that it was going to go to him anyway, because this is a double clear out. But if somehow he gets a way to escape this press coverage, and he plays this very well, Dante Jackson does, forces him outside, he did his job. But if he somehow gets off of Dante Jackson, he can throw a clear out. You know, if he somehow gets off, but he doesn't. Look how well, I mean, Darius Slayton had a free release. Darius Slayton is going to beat press coverage more so than a Jalen Hyatt, so that's why they're going to give him free releases. But that's something that Jalen Hyatt needs to work on, is those releases. He's just very light, too light on his feet, where he's just able to be pushed around. But let's talk about Darren Waller and what he did to get open here. So you got those double clear outs there, gonna attract the safety, the other safety, and then the corner, Dante Jackson. But Darren Waller also, it doesn't come easy. Darren Waller also has to put in his work as well, and he runs a look at this perfect sell inside. This perfect sell inside where it gets Shaq Thompson to plant himself inside, to commit inside, stabs inside, and comes right back out. I mean, this is something that you don't see a lot from tight ends, man. You don't see it like the Travis Kelce's of the world, sure. The Tony Gonzalez's of the world, sure. The Rob Gronkowski's of the world, sure. But Darren Waller, man, he's just a different guy, man. Look how well he gets open. He forces Shaq Thompson to stay inside, because Shaq is not on man. He's not playing man. He's playing zone. Okay, so he's going to think that, oh, okay, Darren Waller's going to be in my zone. I'm going to cheat inside a bit, and he winds up making the wrong decision. Opens up Darren Waller perfectly. I think he thought maybe he had outside help because of how unconcerned he was. Maybe Jeremy Chin ate that. He was supposed to stay in his zone, and Jeremy Chin ate that clear out. But opens up Darren Waller wide open, man. That's his 4th target in one drive, and it's for 30 yards in total. More pre-snap motion. We're going to get Waller motion from the outside to like a snugs look. Both tight ends come back inside. It's like a snugs look. Twin tight ends. Both receivers in the slot. Pistol. All right. You're going to run play action. Play action like inside zone. And you're going to get a fake crack here. It's going to be an underneath route here. It's going to kind of like a fake crack. If this was a run play, he would be the crack block. But look how much options Daniel Jones has off snap. Okay, off the play action. Play action, you've got Daniel Bellinger out here running this flat. You've got Waller running also another flat. And what's going to happen is, as the play develops, you're going to have Isaiah Hodgins running a drag route, like a deep drag. And then you're going to have Daniel Bellinger, after he finishes that flat route, he's going to go upfield for a wheel. And I mean, like, how do you stop this? If your guys bite on play action, which didn't really happen as much, they didn't really bite on play action, but still, look how open everything gets, and look how much options you have. You know how many leaks you have to cover to not give up a reception here? You know how much you have to be on your P's and Q's defensively to not give up a reception here? Your linebackers have to drop back and not account for the quarterback running out or the running back leaking out. So what's amazing about this play is that it's going to get these linebackers to stay shallow. Why? Because you have this play action here with Breida, play action, And who's responsible for the running back if he comes this side? This linebacker right here, Shaq Thompson. And it's going to allow Isaiah Hodgins to get just free release and get upfield with nobody bothering him, because this running back has to be covered just in case the pass goes to him. See, it attracts Shaq Thompson's attention, opens up this entire part of the field here. This linebacker is picking up Darren Waller, and it opens up. It's just one-on-one. Look how much yard of separation this is. You have to really be on your P's and Q's. And not to mention, look at Darius Slayton attracting attention and gaining some guys downfield. He gets this corner. I think this was the safety, actually. He gets this corner or safety to bite and get upfield. This is the corner. And Isaiah Hodgins is wide open. I'm like, you have to lock everything up for this play not to work. Are they going to run something very similar here? They're going to go heavy here. They're going to run 3 tight ends with Cager, Waller, and Bellinger. Little motion here for Paris Campbell. He's going to be running underneath. It's going to be a play action. And you're going to get these tight ends going upfield, kind of attracting attention. Get Paris Campbell. Paris didn't run this correctly when he caught this. Okay. Now, I think Daniel Jones probably should have thrown this like right now. But he kind of waited a little bit. Maybe he was trying to get time to set his feet. I don't know. But when Paris Campbell catches this, you got to catch this in stride and keep running in the same direction. You don't turn around. This isn't, ballerina class. All right, this isn't ballet. You don't need to turn around there. This is what made him stumble, and he lost yards. Because if he would have caught this in stride, maybe it was because Jones kind of threw that behind him, actually. Now looking at it again, Jones kind of threw this behind him. He probably should have thrown this more ahead to his outside, and it would have got Paris Campbell to run in stride. This could have been possibly a touchdown. They closed on it pretty quick here. Look how much Carolina bodies are over here. Now, here's the last play. Here's what I love so much. As a coach, you need to know what the defense is thinking. What is the defense going to think if I come out in this set, in this formation, offensively? Okay, who's the threat here? On this side here, this is strong side right here, right? 2 tight ends. This is strong side. Who's the threat here receiving wise? It's Darren Waller, obviously, right? So you're going to run Darren Waller in behind, stacked up behind the tight end here. What are you going to think here? You're going to think Bellinger is going to be moving out to get Darren Waller open. Well, it's the opposite, because Daniel Bellinger is the blocking tight end. Waller is the receiving tight end, but they flip the roles. They kind of like, what is it called? Revert your expectations. And you're going to get Bellinger on a block. He's going to shed it real quick. And Waller is actually going to be the distraction. He's actually going to be the guy to distract. Okay? He's going to go upfield, and it's going to attract the attention just enough time for Bellinger to get open underneath and dive in for the touchdown. Beautifully designed play, and a way to revert expectations of the defense. They automatically bit on Darren Waller because he is the threat in the red zone, and they did not pay enough attention to Daniel Bellinger. They did not pay enough attention to Bellinger, and he was just enough. That's all you need in the NFL, just enough to be open for the TD. Great design play here. Amazing. And that was just a glimpse of what we may see with the offense, with Daniel Jones under center, Brian Daboll and Mike Kafka orchestrating the plays in the 2023 NFL season. I am very, very excited. If you are a Giants fan, you should be excited too. That being said, if you guys enjoyed the content, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. We got a lot more content on the way, so if you guys are interested, make sure you guys hit that bell notification so you never miss an upload. That being said, I'm Kid Blue, and I'll see you guys in the next video.